Okay. All right. So
It's
since
like
we
when I downloaded my own, I saw like 2 or 3 app.
yes,
Okay.
yes. FameSketch comes alongside with other softwares together.
3D viewer and Chem Basic.
Yeah, good. Yes, yes. Okay. Somebody was raising up his hand. Okay. Is it to indicate that you have it? Mahmoud Lawa. Okay. So on behalf of Hendeb Industries Nigeria Limited, I will be your facilitator. Yeah, good evening. Can you be audible? I can't hear you. Please, if you are talking, just try to be audible so I can hear you. Okay, yes, you
Sir, we
have
can use
ChemDraw. Good.
ChemDraw instead of ChemScape.
Yes, you can. You can. You can use ChemDraw. You can use ChemDraw in as
Okay,
much
thank you.
as you know how to play around it.
Yes, I
So,
know.
all right. So I'll quickly share my screen and open up TeamSketch. Let me quickly share my screen. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. See your screen. I can see it.
Yes. Can I see your screen, sir?
All right, perfect, perfect. So let me search for TeamSketch. So you can just open up TeamSketch. System. Just you all right. Just give it a little time while it opens. All right. Can you see my TeamSketch?
Yeah.
No.
I
Not
can
yet.
No, we can't see it.
see you.
We can see.
All right. So this training, like as we said, is basically on pharmacophore-based drug design. And I will just talk less and do more. You know, docking is no longer a new thing to us. Most of us here have done docking.
Sorry, I have a question. On my own display another small icon ACD slash lab
Say
product.
okay.
Should I
Say
cancel
okay.
it or press OK? Which one?
And whether okay or cancel, whichever one. All right. So this training is timely because this part of pharmacophore design has been neglected in drug design. If you can actually remember the flow, the workflow for drug design, you will see that drug start from library. You start from a library of compounds, maybe 5,000 or 1 million compounds. Then you screen those 1 million compounds. After you screen those 1 million compounds by virtual screening, you identify those ligands that has a better binding affinity compared to others. They become your hit. So we go from library to hit. So the hit now, HIT, are those ligands that had better interaction. Now, from the hit, the next process is what we call lead optimization. because the heat now goes to lead. From the heat, you get your lead. But I have taken my time to see the kind of work we do in drug design. For those of us who are after publication, I've seen a lot of papers. I barely see some papers on lead optimization. Most of the work we publish stops at heat. Maybe you have done docking and you have identified that compound A has a better inhibition, has a better binding affinity compared to the control. Oh, good results. We stop there. You do another docking, another work again. You design another work. You discover another plant, another compound that has a better binding affinity. Oh, you conclude, you publish. Is that really our aim in drug design? Are we just after publication? So there is always a next approach. After you have done your docking, you have done your MD, and you have discovered a potential drug candidate. The next step to do is lead optimization. So I believe after this training up, you start publishing on lead optimization. You start optimizing those your hits, those hits you have gotten from docking, those your hits. You start to optimize them to get lead. So that process, part of the job you do in that process is pharmacophore drug design. So I just had to introduce, I have to start with this because a lot of us here have done docking, but we have not seen papers on these aspects. So I have to call your attention from that way. Now, for the sake of the first timers, those whom is their first time in a slico class like this, when we talk about pharmacophore drug design, pharmacophore is not a molecule, is a feature, is a property. They are set of characteristics, set of properties. Those properties that a drug, a drug-like molecule, a compound that wants to be like a drug, those properties that compound we possess, to enable it bind effectively at a receptor, to enable it possess biological activity. Such features are what we call pharmacophore. They are pharmacophoric features. So we want to design molecules that will have drug-like properties. Are we together?
Okay.
So we want to design molecules that will have drug-like properties. You know, when it comes to drug design, from my experience, they are
sorry.
yes. You want to ask a question? Okay.
Continue, please. Continue, sir.
So when it comes to drug design, there are three approaches to source for your ligands. From my experience, there are three approaches to source for your ligands.
Define pharmacophore.
One of them is, one of the approach to source for your ligand is the one that is common, which is natural products. The natural products. So we can get your ligands from natural products from plants, natural products from organisms, from animals, from microorganisms, from the soil. So any ligand you discover from that way, from that aspect, are natural products. They are not only from plants. But unfortunately, we have reduced our ability to most papers we publish are plant natural products. But that is, by the way, that is not my aspect today. Then, apart from natural products, another aspect, another approach you can use to get your ligands is drug repurposing. That is, there is an existing drug that has been known for a disease, like ciprofloxacin has been known to be an antibacterial agent. You now want to redesign maybe for diabetes, and you want to use that ciprofloxacin for diabetes. All right, that approach now is drug repurposing, because in that aspect you are redefining the purpose of that drug, because it was initially discovered for bacteria, against bacterial infection, but you now want to try that drug for another disease. It is drug repurposing. Then the third approach you can get your ligand is de novo modeling, DENOVO. Now, in de novo modeling, you create the molecule yourself. You design the molecule by yourself. You are the originator of that molecule. That molecule may not be found anywhere. It may not have been in existence. So you create it and model it, build it, use it for your docking. Some papers have been published on this aspect. So, but you now need the knowledge of pharmacophore design, because you don't just open your structural softwares and begin to build any molecule. What guides you? What is your benchmark in building those molecules? So you can create a molecule for yourself. After all, those molecules we are downloading in PubChem, those molecules we are retrieving, they were built. Yes, they were modeled and deposited in those databases. So the same way too, you can build your own molecules. I don't know if any of you have encountered this issue where you have a list of bioactive compounds from a plant, and then you want to download those compounds in PubChem, and you discover that maybe 2 or 3 compounds in your GCMS are not found in PubChem. I don't know if anybody have encountered that issue.
Hmm.
Yes. Has anyone?
Yes. Yes, sir.
had
Yes.
it? So
Yes,
what
sir.
do you do at that point? What do you do at that point?
We draw it out using ChemDraw, for example.
Good. You draw it, but
We drop
some
it.
of us will skip it and say, since it's not found, we skip it. Now, if I were you, I will pay more attention to those compounds that we identified in my plant but not found in PubChem or in any of these chemical databases. That is a pathway to novelty. It's a pathway that maybe, in fact, as of now, it has not been deposited. Maybe someone has been working on it but has not been published or deposited, so it is still novel. So you pay attention to those compounds. So you can use these softwares to draw it. But that is already existing compound. So you can draw already existing compound. It is called de novo modeling. Now you can build a compound from nowhere. You are the self-originator. You can also modify your heat. After docking, that was where I started. After docking, you have 5 compounds that had better results. Maybe you had neozatin, and neozatin, okay, let me use the common one. apigenin or rutin or quercetin, or maybe camphorol, you notice that these compounds had better results. You can also optimize them by modifying the structure. For you to do these three things I just explained, maybe drawing the structure from your bioactive compounds, and then creating your own structure yourself, and even modifying a structure that has good potential. You all need a good knowledge of this pharmacophore. So pharmacophore are features. They are features, drug features that for you to be a drug, you must have those features. And those features helps you to bind effectively to a target. It helps that compound to possess biological activity. Now, it comes in two ways. So a pharmacophore design comes in two ways. We have the structure-based design and the ligand-based design. So there is structure-based design and there is ligand-based design. For today, we shall begin with ligand-based design. Why tomorrow we shall not practice structure-based design. Now, in ligand-based design, what do? You design molecules, you modify molecules. It's either you design or you modify molecule based on a reference. Based on a reference. There must be a reference ligand, a reference drug, which you want to now build structures that will either possess the same properties or even better. But at this point, you don't have business with your receptor. Here, the receptor or the target site will be unknown. Probably you have paracetamol, and paracetamol has been known to possess anti-inflammatory properties. So I want to build compounds that may look like paracetamol. And of course, from the knowledge of QSAR and QSPR, compounds with similar structure will possess similar activity. So I can build 50 compounds that may look like paracetamol. I will now create them, design them using my software. I use ChemSketch, ChemDraw. These two are good. In that process, you want to see if this, since paracetamol has anti-inflammatory property. So if I build compounds that has that same scaffold, that parent chain with paracetamol, they will also probably have the same or similar activity. So that is ligand based. But structure based now is there is a target. I want to build compounds that will effectively target or fit into this my target. So those structures, they may not be of similar scaffold. They might be from different parent scaffold. But I want to give that structure the features that will enable it bind effectively to this my desired target. That we'll look at tomorrow is structure based. But in ligand based, there is a reference compound which I want to build upon. All right. So in doing that, you must take note of the pharmacophoric features. There are 5 or 6 features that you must take note while building a structure. Last 2 years, I built a compound that is not found in any of the chemical database. And we have been doing a lot of work on that compound. A lot of biological activity has been going on that compound. And that compound has proven so good than even the standards we used. The only challenge we are having now is in the synthesis. We have tried a lot of synthesis. It's not giving us exactly what we want. That is just the challenge you have when you build molecules. Even if you use natural products, you still end up coming to synthesis. So, but by God's grace, we are still modifying our pathways, our mechanisms to make sure we achieve that. So there are certain features that you must take note while building a molecule. One of them is HBA, the hydrogen bond acceptor. Now, what are these hydrogen bond acceptors? The hydrogen bond acceptors are molecules, functional groups that accept hydrogen. Most times, in fact, they are negative molecules. They are negatively charged. Their job is to accept hydrogen. So if you have a structure that does not have a site for accepting hydrogen, that compound may not be a good drug. Right? So one of the features is HBA. And you know, according to one of the most accepted or one of the most common drug-like model we know, which is the Lipinski rule of 5, it gave a condition for hydrogen bond acceptor, which is not more than 10. So that a good drug must have up to 10, but not more than 10. So from 5 to 9 is okay. So you can design a molecule that we have hydrogen bond acceptors. They will have sites for accepting hydrogen bond. And what are those kind of molecules that can accept hydrogen bond? That is the question that comes to your mind. Because while building those molecules, you have to make sure you add those part of those molecules or those functional groups that will help you to accept hydrogen bond. Like ether. Ethers are good hydrogen bond acceptors. Whatever by ether, I mean something of this nature. There will be this, and then ethers are ROR. So let me just give you an illustration. All right, so this is an ether. No, I've not started using this software, so I just want to show you. Let me, please, if possible, mute yourself. Mute yourself. Hello.
Hello, sir. I'm not seeing your screen.
Who is that person?
I did not check it out. I'm more busy in Paro.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Surely, Jonah.
Yes,
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see
We can see your screen. We can see your screen. We can see your. It's from their side. It's from their side.
All right.
I can't see your
screen. Okay. Just you can go out and come in your site.
Reconnect. We
Okay.
can see.
It's okay.
But if
you can't see the screen, you can reconnect.
Now, some there is this journal wherever like that. But
please, can you mute yourself so I can hear myself?
Where we can see a journal over there.
You are disturbing us.
Please go and move them from your side, please. They are disturbing.
No.
I don't want to be altering from my presentation to that particular aspect now. So please, let's just keep to the rule. Now, if you look at this is an ether. This oxygen is an ether. This is an alkyl chain with oxygen and an alkyl chain. So the presence of this oxygen will help to attract hydrogen. So ethers are good hydrogen bond acceptors. I will give you three hydrogen bond acceptor or 4 hydrogen bond acceptor. So if you are building your molecules, you make sure that you include these atoms in your molecules. It's very good for hydrogen bond acceptor. In fact, hydrogen bond acceptors contribute to conventional hydrogen bond interaction. For you to have a good drug-like molecule, part of the interaction that drug must exhibit with your receptor, with your target, there must be a conventional hydrogen bond interaction. And this hydrogen bond acceptor and hydrogen bond donor contribute to that conventional hydrogen bond interaction. So ethers are good hydrogen bond acceptors. So your hydrogen bond acceptors should be no more than 10. So this O now, this O is one hydrogen bond acceptor. Another hydrogen bond acceptor is your carbonyl, very good hydrogen bond acceptors. Your carbonyl, I'll be showing you the carbonyl. This is carbonyl, C double bond O. So let me use this. Let me just do this. So this is, sorry. So I'm coming. Oh, okay. Let me just show you a carbonyl quickly instead of stressing myself. So that if you see it in your structure, you just know that you are having that site will be a very good site for hydrogen bond acceptor. So this is carbonyl. This C double bond O is carbonyl. Why I cannot put a carbonyl here? Because this carbon is already saturated with 4 hydrogen, 4 bonds. So I will either just delete one before I can add anyone. So, but that is not what I will do now. So, all right. Now, so this C double bond O, this my C double bond O is also a hydrogen bond acceptor. So if you are designing molecules, even if you don't want to include ether, but make sure that you have a molecule that has C double bond O, it will help to accept hydrogen. The hydrogens it will accept will be the hydrogens from the amino acid chain in your protein. So this carbonyl oxygen helps to accept hydrogen. So they are all pharmacophoric features. They are important in designing a molecule. Then another one that you can add is nitrogen. Nitrogen is another good hydrogen bond acceptor. Yeah, nitrogen is another good hydrogen bond acceptor, but very weak. Nitrogen and sulfur, they are good. So you can pick up nitrogen and attach it to whichever way you want to put. So now the presence of this nitrogen in this structure, this nitrogen here, the presence of this nitrogen will help to accept hydrogen. So the hydrogen bond acceptors. Importantly is your carbonyl. Very important, your carbonyl must be there. So I just explained the first one, which is hydrogen bond acceptor. Another good feature is hydrogen bond donor, HBD. There must be sites that will help push out hydrogen. They're very important. You must, in that your compound you want to design, there must be some functional groups that has the property of pushing out hydrogen. And the criteria is that it should not be more than 5. If you are designing a molecule, the hydrogen bond donors should not be more than 5. So 3 to 5 is good. So you know, 3 to 5 is good for hydrogen bonds. What are the functional groups that helps provide push out hydrogen, these hydrogen bond donors? One of them is your hydrazine. Your hydrazine groups helps to provide hydrogen. The hydrazine groups helps to push out hydrogen. Like this OH group now. This OH here. I just added my OH now. This OH can donate this hydrogen. So the presence of hydrazine group in your compound will give it good property to interact with a target. So this hydrogen will help to push out this OH, the hydrazine group, will help push out hydrogen. That is hydrogen bond donor. So if you are building a molecule, you must calculate the number of hydrogen bond donors that it should not be more than 5. Another good hydrogen bond donor is amine. Amine, if possible, primary and secondary amines are good. Primary and secondary amines are good. Tertiary amines do not contribute to hydrogen bond donor, but they contribute to hydrogen bond acceptors. So put amines in your compound. Yes, put amines, but you can put your tertiary amines. You can put your primary amines and your secondary amines. They are very good. Like if I said to remove this NH2, this is amine. I just added NH2. That is amine. The presence of these amine groups helps to push out hydrogen. So you see that by the time you design these molecules this way, they will have a better interaction than your heat. They will have a better interaction than your heat. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Are we together?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We are together.
my pity. Yeah, my pity goes to our friends from microbiology. So the microbiologists, I hope you are following. Is well.
So we don't really
We are trying, sir.
understand.
But I've not done anything. I'm explaining. I'm explaining what we'll be doing.
We
I'm
are
explaining
trying, sir.
features.
The little
All
knowledge
right.
of chemistry and biochemistry.
Yeah, I'm explaining features, drug-like features that you can use to design your structure. Yeah. So you see that this amine group has NH2. So it has 2 hydrogen. It can push out hydrogen. So it's very good for hydrogen interaction. This is a primary amine. This is primary amine because I can define a primary amine in 2 ways. It has 2 hydrogen to donate, or it has 1 alkyl group attached to it. It has 1 bond attached to the hydrogen. So when you have 1 bond attached to the hydrogen, it is primary amine. That means the nitrogen has 2 hydrogen to lose. But when you have 2 bonds, 2 alkyls attached to the nitrogen, like if I decide to have another bond here, if I decide to create another bond here, let me do this. Now, you see that the NH has reduced to just 1 H, meaning that there are 2 alkyl chains attached to the nitrogen. So the presence of this NH also, this is now a secondary amine. This is what we mean by secondary amine, this NH, because it has just 1 hydrogen to take off. But if you can build with primary amines, it will help in the hydrogen bond interaction. So I've explained hydrogen bond acceptor, I've explained hydrogen bond donor. Another property that you should not overlook is the hydrophobic features. Hydrophobic, which is those ones that hate water. Hydrophobic, water haters. These hydrogen bond acceptors and hydrogen bond donors, they are hydrophilic sites. They can interact with water. They are the hydrophilic. So they help in conventional hydrogen bond interaction and carbon hydrogen bond interaction. Then the third features that you must not overlook in building, these features must be there in every molecule, except you want to build rubbish or you want to optimize rubbish. Another feature that will be there in your molecule is the hydrophobic feature. So you must include functional groups that are water hating, that hate water, hydrophobic features. Those functional groups that are not friendly with water. Why? What role do they play? They help in non-polar interaction. They help to play roles. They play a role in non-polar biological interactions, such as the van der Waals interactions, the pi alkyl, the pi stack. I will explain these interactions in structure base tomorrow. So the pi stack, the pi alkyl, the pi interactions, those ones are hydrophobic interactions. So you need to put structures that will help in that interaction because they play a role in stability. They help to stabilize the drug at the active sites. Why? Features. What are those molecules that will contribute to this hydrogen bond, to this hydrophobic interaction? Alkyl, very important. Alkyl, like CH3 is an alkyl. So the presence of an alkyl, this CH3, the presence of these alkyls, they help because they are non-polar. So they help in creating van der Waals interaction. No, van der Waals interactions are weak interactions. They are very weak. So what they do is to stabilize your molecule at the active site. So you need alkyl, cycloalkyls, very important. Halogenated carbons that contain hydrogen, they also play a role. Carbons that contain halogens. Yes, halogenated carbons also play a role in these hydrophobic interactions. Like I can decide to include chlorine here. So once I put this chlorine now, this Cl, this chlorine here in this structure will help provide van der Waals interaction because the halogens participate in that hydrophobic interactions. So it is very important that we put these features there. Another feature that must be there, I am trying to see how rush to be fast. Another feature that must be there is the aromatic ring, the aromatic features, the AR, the aromatic ring, the benzene ring. Although some of us has misinterpreted aromatic compounds to be compounds that have benzene ring, that ideology should be escalated from our mind because it is not true. Aromatic compounds are not just compounds that have benzene ring. Yes, compounds that have benzene ring are aromatic, but what defines aromaticity is not benzene ring. It's the Hawkins rule which I won't dive into that area because we have missed professionals here.
Opposite.
Once the compound obeys Hawkins rule, then it has that aromatic property. But a lot of our chemists usually
spell Hawkins rule.
HUC, KEL, right? Yes. HUCKEL or Hawkins rule. HUCKEL or KLE. So Hawkins rule, you must obey the Hawkins rule. Once you have a compound that obeys the Hawkins rule, then that compound is aromatic. Some heterocyclic compounds are aromatic, like some furan compounds, pyridine, pyro compounds. Some of them are aromatic. So the presence of this aromatic ring, not just only benzene. Remember, I did not push out benzene. Benzene is aromatic compound, but the criteria of aromaticity is not only on benzene. I've seen lecturers say benzene is the mother of aromatic compound. What I'll just do is to keep quiet, and I will allow them to continue teaching. So your structure, your compound must have an aromatic ring. If possible, provide that benzene ring. Because this benzene ring, this aromatic ring, they also help in non-polar interaction. Your HBD and your HBA contribute to polar interactions. Then this aromatic ring and the hydrophobic features, they also contribute in non-polar interactions. Because the amino acid you want to interact, some of them have some non-polar chains, like the phenylalanines. They have some non-polar chains. So you need to interact with them. So if possible, put benzene or other aromatic ring in your structure. Some amine ring, some pyridine ring should be in your structure. They will help to increase the binding activity of that your compound. So what are the functional groups that should be there? Phenyl, very important. Phenyl compounds, like this compound now at the right. This compound at the right, this is a phenyl compound. This is a toluene. This toluene. Now, a benzene that lost one hydrogen is phenyl, because this place that alkyl has taken should be a hydrogen that will be replaced by the alkyl chain. So when you have phenyl compounds, phenyl groups in your compound, they are good. So imagine designing compounds that have these features all together. By the time you redock, you do your redocking, you redock with, you now compare your heat and the ones you have modified, the analogs. Because these ones you are now creating are called derivatives or analogs. So by the time you compare them, you see that it's either definitely you have the ones that will have better activity compared to your heat. Compared to your heat, you will see the ones that will have a better activity compared to your heat. Because now you built those molecules with features, drug-like features. So these four are very important. Then another features that you should put is the PI. We call it PI. The positive ionizable features. The positive ionizable. So you have the PI and the NI. The PI are positive features that can easily be ionized, while the NI are the negative features that also can be ionized easily. like the presence of carboxylic groups provides, this is carboxylic chain. This is a carboxylic chain. So the presence of this carboxylic chain, let me scroll down to the right. So now the presence of this carboxylic chain at my right, you see that this carboxylic chain has hydrogen bond acceptor and hydrogen bond donor. So they are positive ionizable features, and also it still also has negative ionizable features. Means they can easily get ionized. They can be ionized easily in an aqueous system. They can easily lose the hydrogen ions or easily accept hydrogen ions. So you look at the acidity and the basicity of your structure, because these two plays role in ionization. Okay, I have thought too much. So before we practice lead and base now, let me take your question. If you have 2 or 3 questions, let's interact before. This session is for 2 hours. So we just take 1 hour for the foundation. So the next 1 hour now will not be for hands-on on lead and base. I had to do this because, like I told one of my friends here, I love foundation. I love foundation. So good. So do you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me,
Okay.
sir?
Let's start
Good
from
evening, sir.
who is speaking.
Hello, I am
Okay,
Orisha Jamie. Good
let
evening.
me-
Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, go ahead. I will control this question. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You talked about aromatic compound, and you actually laughed when you talked about people saying only benzene aromatic compounds. And you're talking about
Yes,
the Okul rules. Could you just talk
Okul
more about it? Because you talk about phenyl, toluene, all have benzene in it. I'm not a chemistry major, but I don't want to be confused there. Could you just speak more about that, please? Thank you.
Okay, why wouldn't I? That is my job. Except you want to give me another job. Okay. What about Hokusu? Okay. Hokusu states that a compound that must be aromatic must have 4n plus 2 pi electron. I will try to see how we break it down for others, but if I couldn't, due to the space of time, please don't hurt me. Now, a compound must have 4n plus 2 pi electron. So we are saying that number of pi electron is equal to 4n plus 2. That is Hawkins rule. That the number of pi electron is equal to 4n plus 2. Now, so when you calculate the pi electrons, maybe, okay, let me just, okay, let me just give you one practical illustration. Let me share my screen again so that you understand it better. Oh, I hope I have the permission to go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So
It's a
this
matter
is
of
benzene.
time.
Yeah, it's all part of the training. It's all part of the training. Even if we want to take all the whole time hands-on, we cannot complete all the aspects. In fact, we are designing a training of Pharmacophore design. That training should come by March, a 1-month training, strictly on Pharmacophore design. this is just 2 days workshop. It may not be enough to cover, to make you experts. It may not be enough to make you start working, but it's giving you idea. We are introducing it to you. So by March, we have 1 month training. 1 month training on pharmacophore-based drug design, de novo modeling. We are doing that. Okay, let me just share with you. Somebody wanted to do his PhD, and the person don't want to go to the lab. The person doesn't want lab work due to expenses in lab work. I have to design an in silico study for him with that lab. I don't know how this professor managed to approve that topic. I don't know how, because definitely at PhD level or masters, you must visit the lab. You must do a lab work. You must do a wet lab work. But so this person is doing purely in silico. He's not spending any dime because he's designing 100 molecules. And at the end, he will deposit those molecules in some database, depending on their potency. That was the design of that work. So you can save yourself your cash and your money. So now, coming to Hokusu, that pi electron is equal to 4n plus 2. So we are saying that, let me quickly say that pi electron, okay, let me use E for electron, okay, number of electron should be equal to 4n plus 2. All right, so this is Hokusu, number of pi electron. The number of pi electron should be equal to, hope you can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so now if you want to test if a structure, if a chain is aromatic, you calculate the number of pi electrons. That's the first thing you do. Calculate how many pi electrons are there. Then from this equation, solve for n. If n gives you a whole number, if the value of n gives you a whole number, then that compound is aromatic. Most persons will say that n stands for number of ring. Most time it works, most time it doesn't work. So let's see this benzene now at my left. How many pi electrons are there? They are here. There is a pi electron here. So there are 2 pi electrons here. So there are 6 pi electrons in this benzene, right? At this double bond, each of these double bond has 2 pi electrons. Pi electrons is recognized by double bond, the pi bonds. So there is, each bond has 2 electrons. So this pi bond, the pi bond here will carry 2 electrons. So this 2 bond total is carrying 4 electrons because a bond is 2 electrons. So a pi bond is now 2 electrons. So I'm seeing pi bond. If it has just one bond is sigma bond. We don't have issue with that. But if it has 2 bonds, that is a pi bond. And since each one line carries 2 electrons, so that means the pi bond here has 2 electrons, the pi bond here has 2 electrons, and the other pi bond has 2 electrons. That is 6 pi electrons. So use that 6 pi electrons now to make your n the subject of formula. So if you use that, if you put 6 here in place of number of pi electron, you put 6, then make n the subject of formula. What will you have?
1.
1. And that one is a whole number. So because it's a whole number,
Yes, sir.
that benzene ring is an aromatic compound. So I just want to use just this one to explain to you. So because if you take plus 2 over, that becomes 6 minus 2, that is 4. They divide both sides by coefficient of n, 4 by 4. So we have n is 1. So since I'm having a whole number, 1, it is aromatic. But if the n is not a whole number, it is not aromatic. Okay. So that is taken.
Thank you very much, sir. I got that. Thank you, sir.
I just tried my best to make sure I use this illustration. Thank you. Yes, any other question? Salusi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mahmoud, you can go ahead.
Yes. You made mention of all these features when designing a drug. So if one of these features are missing, does that mean the ligand will not be like active drug-like?
All right. Can you compare? Okay, you know we have 5 sense organs in the body, right?
Yes, sir.
They said 5 sense organs.
Yes.
Does it mean these 5 sense organs must be there for you to function effectively as a human being? Okay, what if I said to build a human without an eye, but has other organs? Does it mean that person is not a human being? Can't it operate as a human?
It can operate.
It can operate. But can you compare it to the one that has an eye?
No.
Okay, I build another human without hand, or maybe without without there's no tongue. There's no tongue for testing. So just reason it that way. So if you can, include most of these features, then you now liken it to the human being, you should have a better interaction. But most importantly, there must be the non-polar features and the polar features. They must be present. They must be present. Thank you.
Okay. One more question, sir. Yeah, you made mention of using one compound to target a different disease.
Yes.
Explanation. So can we call that network pharmacology, or they are different?
You are pushing me, but they say that the spirit of a prophet is under the prophet. Yeah. Network pharmacology tells us that, in fact, the whole idea is polypharmacology. You know, before we used to have this idea of one compound, one target, but that is rubbish. A compound can interact with multiple targets. So you can use the idea of network pharmacology to get those targets that your ligand can interact after you must have created the network. When you use the Venn diagram, so you can get the common genes, then from the common genes now, you do your gene ontology and your cytoscape, all those, your syringe. You will now identify those possible targets that only this my compound can also interact with. So network pharmacology can help. We have a training on network pharmacology for this year, but I don't know the exact month that training will come, but I know it's part of our training for this year.
Okay. One more question, sir. The last one.
Oh, no problem.
Molecular dynamic simulation and QSAT. Is it possible to perform computer-aided drug design without these two things? That is the QSAT and simulation.
Okay. Your drug design process is not complete without this simulation. You know, the QSAT, they help to calculate your binding energy, your free energy. Then your MD mostly helps you to look at the stability and the flexibility of that complex. So you're saying that compound A is interacting, that compound A is binding, has binding good binding affinity with my receptor, do you think that complex is stable? Do you think is flexible? So MD will help us, because most times you may have a ligand that has up to -12 binding affinity, but when you conduct your MD, you see that that compound is not stable. That means it cannot last long at the binding site. So we throw it away. No, we don't throw it away. We modify it using this Pharmacophore-based ideology. Because we don't throw away molecules. No molecule is useless. We don't throw them away. We modify them when we see that they don't meet up to our criteria. So MD is necessary because it comes after docking. MD is necessary, very necessary in drug design. Thank you.
Okay, what about the QSA? I may mention.
Yes, you can. Okay, the QSAR. That is the quantitative structure activity relationship, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Now, QSAR is another approach of drug design. Yes, QSAR is not compulsory in every drug design strategy. When we use QSAR is when we are doing ligand-based drug design. But if you are doing structure-based drug design, QSAR does not come in, because the QSAR looks at the activity based on structures. In one of our training we did that by October last year, we built a model using QSAR, because in QSAR you build model. You have a training data and a test data. You use your training data to build a model. Maybe you have 50 compounds that are similar, and these compounds are anti-diabetic. So I want to design a new anti-diabetic compound, but I don't want to start interacting, start to do docking. I want to see if my new compound can have the property of attacking the diabetic receptor without me performing docking. So I will now use up to 100 anti-diabetic drugs, build a model with their biological activity, IC50, that is for inhibition, or EC50 for activation. So I will build the model, that is QSAR or QSPR. I will build the model professionally. You can use machine learning. We also have a training on machine learning this year. So we build a model with machine learning. I use artificial neural network. So when I build the model will now train those my training data, those known active compounds. Remember, they must be similar. They must have similar structure. The difference will just be their substituents. So I will build a model that will now help to predict the activity of my new compound, even without conducting in vivo or in vitro studies. That is where QSAR comes. So it's another strategy for drug design. It's a ligand-based drug design approach. In fact, what we'll be doing in this ligand-based Pharmacophore is part of the work you do in QSAR. Because most people in QSAR goes online to download their analogs, but you can now build your own analog by yourself. Okay, so that is that.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry, Lawa, are you okay?
Yes, sir. I'm okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. My friend Salusi, you can go ahead.
Okay. So this pharmacophoric features that you have just shown us, they are meant to polar and non-polar interactions. So, but
Yeah.
what about pharmacophoric features that are meant to admit?
Okay. Okay. Now, you're asking a very good question. What about the ones that are meant for ADMET. The idea of this training is to actually to build molecules that will fit into a molecule site. Now, let me put it right. Pharmacophoric features basically gives a compound the ability to interact with a biological target. That is pharmacodynamics. Now, pharmacophoric features does not play a role actively in pharmacokinetics. That is the ADMET. No, but so I'm creating a balance for you. These features play a role majorly in pharmacodynamics, which is the interaction of that drug with the body, the receptor site. They don't actively play a role in pharmacokinetics. That is the ADMET, how the body reacts with the drug. But we can derive or we can draw some conclusion from ADMET based on the structure. Like, for instance, absorption. One feature that plays role in absorption is the molar weight of that drug. I didn't mention molar weight because molar weight is not regarded as a pharmacophoric feature. It is part of chemical descriptors. But molar weight has a role to play in absorption. That is why in lipid food, your molar weight should not be more than 500 grams per mole. So if you build a molecule that the weight, the molar mass of that molecule is above 500, you are looking for trouble. That molecule may not be absorbed in the bloodstream. So we look at for molecules with lower molar weight. I'm just giving you an example to your question. So absorption, the structure has role to play in the ADMET. This in toxicity, your functional group has a role to play in toxicity. No, when I was 5 years, I used to build molecules with nitro group. But I discovered that this nitro group I'm building, they are toxic. Believe me, any compound that has a nitro group, that compound must be toxic. So you don't ever include N2O in your structure. It must be toxic. So you are seeing that certain functional groups in the compound can contribute to the ADMET properties. So, but that is not the scope of this training. Maybe I would have to design a training for that, but we don't have a training for that on this month. You see, the absorption, the metabolism, the distribution, excretion of a molecule is as a result of its structural property. In fact, whatever a molecule can do is as a result of its structure. So I would design a training especially for this your question now. I just cited some examples for you, but I would design a training. I don't know when I will maybe I will include what you just asked now in the March. So I will join it with this Pharmacophore training on March. So it will be an additional feature. Please write to me on WhatsApp for reminder so that I will not forget. Yeah. But pharmacophoric features does not play a role in ADMET. So ADMET is due to the entirety of the structure itself. Thank you very much.
Okay.
It's good these questions are coming.
Hello, yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You just mentioned N2O as a compound that gives toxic property to a drug.
Very well, yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Are there other compounds that give toxic property to a drug that can affect or inhibit the function, the proper function of the drug?
There are thousands now. Let me give you an
Thousands.
instance. Let me give you an instance. I'm preparing a test called the chemistry of functional group, because functional group, they are the mother of every compound. They are what they are. They control the behavior of that compound. Do you know? Let me use one example for you now. Carboxylic acid group. I did a work for somebody, a PhD work from Chukwemeka Odumego Jiku University, that is formerly Anambra State University. We noticed that aspirin, aspirin is a acetyl salicylic acid. It has a carboxylic acid chain now and an acetyl chain. So we noticed that carboxylic acid chain in aspirin was contributing to its toxicity. So since we now notice that this aspirin chain is contributing, this carboxylic acid chain is because when you see that a compound is toxic, there are two things that lead to toxicity. You people are taking me off, but I'll be fast now. There are two things that lead to toxicity. One, the nature of the functional group in that structure. Two, off-target interaction. Maybe the drug inhibited a target that was not supposed to inhibit. That will lead to side effects. Or the drug activated a target that was not supposed to activate in the body. That will lead to side effects. But another side effect is from the structure of that compound. So some functional groups are toxic. I would deal with this very well by March in this Pharmacophore training by March. That whole 1 month. All our monthly trainings are just for 20,000 instead of 50,000. So we noticed that this carboxylic acid was toxic. What do? We use what we call bioisotest. I don't know if you have heard about bioisotest. Now, bioisotest are molecules, functional groups that can replace another molecule without affecting the activity. So aspirin is effective as a pain relief, as an anti-inflammatory. So we don't want to produce an aspirin analog that will not be effective as that aspirin. But at the same time, we want to still produce an aspirin analog that will not be toxic like aspirin. So we now introduce bioisotest. There are some functional group that can replace that carboxylic group in aspirin and still maintain the activity of that aspirin. This one is sounding somehow to your ear, but it's possible. We use bioisotest. So carboxylic groups are toxic depending on the compound they found themselves. Depending on the compound where they are being found. And there are more. Thank you. So there is no more question, right?
Thank you very much, sir. Waiting patiently for March for that training.
It will be if it is my people, they will say it will be bloody. Yeah. Bioisotest. Yeah. We have a training coming this January, by next week. Though we have closed the window for registration, but I think I opened it this morning. Yes, I don't know if you saw the advert on pharmacognosy. So it's starting by 12, by next week. You can register for that training. Is 1 month, just 20,000. We are giving you 60% discount. Then we also have a training by February, that is green chemistry. This aspect is, in fact, people know they near that aspect. So people don't, is novel. Some of us who have attended the class to participate, we testify it is novel. Green chemistry using computational tools. That training is starting by 10th of February. Immediately we finish pharmacognosy, we are entering green chemistry. Then after that green chemistry, by February, we are now entering this one now that we are treating. Then we have another training to support this one now. This one we are doing today. Is it next week? 2 weeks time. On the 21st and 22nd. That one is free. Free 2 days by next week, by 2 weeks. Is a molecular modeling. I will still share the advert with you. Is molecular modeling. This every month you choke. Every month choke with trainings. So molecular modeling will be part of a continuation for this, but not continuation, but another aspect of Pharmacophore design. You know, in Pharmacophore, 2 things are involved. It's either you are designing or you are screening. So in this training, we are designing, but in what we will do by next 2 weeks, from 21st to 22nd, we are screening. So I will leave that. We can still screen with Pharmacophore features, but here we are designing. Okay, that is by the way. Then by next week, on this 17th, we have a webinar on this feature-based drug design. So don't miss it out. It's free. We have a webinar on feature-based drug design on the 17th. So look for these links and register if possible. Then those of us who have not paid for commitment fee, I call it commitment fee, is a token you are using to support what we are doing. We are preparing some textbook because some of you will need some tests to
sorry, I was one of the participants for October training. I've not received my certificate, and I've submitted my assignment.
October training,
yes,
molecular biology.
Yes.
Okay. You write to me back on WhatsApp with the assignment. No, okay. The assignment is not the criteria, is the presentation, the mini project. So
I submitted late, but later you said during that presentation you said you are going to give everyone. You later write to us that until we submitted our assignment, which I've done.
All right, so, I will attend to that. Thank you for that reminder. Yeah. So we are just to make a commitment fee of 2,000 for Nigerian participant and 3 USD for our international participant. We are giving you this recording. Number one, we are giving you some materials, which we are giving textbook, because you need a test to study on Pharmacophore to be well grounded. All these things I've explained are in that test. We are giving to you for free. Then we are giving a summary notes, a summary of this session. Reported summary will be given to you. So you see that alongside with your certificate. So if you have not made that payment, there is still grace for you to do so. We will still give you a grace to do so tonight and tomorrow, so that we can process the certificate and every necessary thing. All right. So at this point, we are going to look at a little hands-on on legal based. So we have, I hope there is no more question again, right? Okay. Now, what we do now? What are we going to do in this legal base? like I told us in ligand base that we'll have a structure in mind now. We have a structure in mind, and we want to optimize that structure, meaning that we want to improve the activity of that structure. We want to improve the activity of that structure. So, do anybody have a heat ligand that he or she has worked on before? So let us use it and optimize for you.
Yes, I work on benzimidazole and pyrazolines.
It is a derivative. It is a class. Do you have a heat ligand? Can you specify the heat ligand, like the name of the compound? Let's use it and work with you and optimize for you.
Benzimidazole.
Okay, type it in the message, so I will copy it and get the structure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe he has done docking, and he has gotten a heat. So he will give us the heat. We are going to use the heat and optimize 50 derivatives. 50 derivatives. So in part of the material we send to you, please, if your mic is on, mute your mic. Part of the materials we send to you is that we will provide you some journals that has been published on these aspects, so you can see how it's being done. So let me pick one, esmidazole. So I will pick this esmidazole.
No, it's benzimidazole. I forgot to put the...
Okay, benzimidazole. Let's get the structure of benzimidazole so that we can build the structure, and then from there we can now modify or optimize the structure. Okay. All right. Can we see the screen?
Yes, sir.
So this is the structure of benzimidazole. Let me copy it and see how I will be able to paste it here. Okay.
Hello, sir. I'm not seeing your screen. Okay.
Okay. So, all right. My friend have done a work. He has done a lot of work, and he discovered that benzimidazole was, I don't know the work he did, but he discovered this compound from docking. It will be good now for we to see if we can have better compound. So we are using benzimidazole as our reference, So we want to, from benzimidazole, build 50 molecules. 50 molecules that we have the same scaffold. It is either you build the ones that will have this scaffold or the ones without this scaffold, but we are using this scaffold because there are many approaches. So let me just streamline to one. Maintaining the scaffold. So we have maintaining scaffold and we have scaffold hopping. In scaffold hopping, you change your scaffold, but in maintaining the scaffold, you just maintain that scaffold and then build on it. So we are building on this scaffold. So at the end, you can now do docking on these 50 ligands that we obtain from here. You compare them with your original hits. What we are doing now is called lead optimization. Lead optimization. So what do we do? Already, it has an aromatic ring, but it's not bad. It will not be bad if we add another aromatic ring. It has a NH. So, but let's build it first. So let's design. Is your chem sketch on with you? Have you opened your chem sketch?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, first thing we'll do, ChemSketch has two windows. We have the structure window and the draw window. All right. So I'm not teaching you structural chemistry for now, but I'm just teaching you how to use it in Pharmacophore. So there are many things in ChemSketch which we are not going to structural. We have a training for that. Yes, but we are just using it to do this. So we have the structure and we have the draw. So if you want to build a structure, you go with click on that structure. So first thing we'll do is to take our benzene. This is benzene. So at the right hand panel of your ChemSketch, you will see benzene structure. Can you see it?
Please, we cannot see your screen, sir.
Okay. Can anyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We can see clearly now.
Okay, so that means end.
Your screen is visible.
No, sir.
It's from your
It's
side.
network from your end. It's from your end. It's from your end. It's from your end. You can rejoin.
The screen is very visible.
Okay. So at the right panel, there is benzene. So you pick the benzene. Once you click on it, you have picked the benzene. Of course, the cursor is showing that you have picked benzene. Then drop it and click. So next thing we need is to pick a 5-sided ring. This 5-sided heterocyclic ring. What you will do is still on this this right panel, there is cyclopentane, because cyclopentane is 5-side. Please, if I'm too fast, you draw me back, so you can benefit from it. Anyone you can catch, you catch it. Now, so you pick your cyclopentane. This is cyclopentane. You come to this end. Just come to this side. Once you take the cursor close to this last carbon chain, it will lap. Then click on it. You have joined your 5-sided ring. You have joined your 5-sided ring to the benzene. All right. Now, what's the next thing? Is to add your double bond and then your NH. So let's go for double bond. Come to, you can see my cursor at this first, just above this white panel, this white canvas, you see draw number. You can see my cursor pointing at draw number. So pick draw number.
Something has covered it too. The code for the meeting.
Can you see my cursor? Can you see draw number?
Sorry, the code for the meeting has covered
Yes, you can see it.
We can see, sir. We can see.
The code for the meeting. Okay.
Yes, continue, sir.
Okay, draw number. Okay.
So you click on that draw number, then come to this side and click. So we just supplied a double bond. All right. The next thing now is to take your atoms. Your atoms are the left panel.
Sorry, let me take you back.
Small. Take me back just a little bit.
Okay, I've been able to do it. Yes.
Oh, thank you. So I'm taking my time because I know all of us are not chemists. Even those of us who are chemists, it's only those who have gone extra, because I think in our first degree in chemistry, this computational chemistry is not being taught. It's only when some of you are doing your PhD and masters that you need to draw some structures. They have to refer you to structural softwares. So, but I'm going to take my time. Then to look at the left panel. This left panel, there are atoms there. Atoms.
I can't see the slide, please. Slide. I can't see the slide.
Could that be network from your end?
His network.
All right.
Yeah, it must be network from your side.
So pick N. Pick N. This is N, nitrogen. You can see my cursor pointing at nitrogen. N. Nitrogen. So click on that N. They, of course, look at their position. So you know where N should appear and where N should appear. So what we did now first is that we just built this first structure, which is our reference structure. We just built it first. You can check the properties if you want.
Sir, can you go back?
Go back to where?
I don't know how you put this NH and the N.
The
at some time.
Okay.
How you put the NH and the N at some time.
Okay. Now, you don't need to put NH because chem sketch understands electronic and spatial arrangement. So once you put your N, once you take your N, because there are two bonds here, there are two bonds here, and N should carry 3 bonds. So once I put N, it will automatically carry hydrogen, attach hydrogen to it to complete the 3 bonds. So
Okay.
I did not type N and H again.
Okay.
Yeah. But you see, in this case now, in the down one, once I click there and put N, there was no H because the N is already surrounded by 3 bonds, right? So since it's being surrounded by 3 bonds, there's no need of carrying H again. So it's generated like that.
Okay, so how do you make your own to look similar with the ones that you copy from the Google on your
I
right
didn't make
hand
it.
side? You know what I mean?
I did
Like
I
in
do
this
it.
case, okay, in this case, the H is on the top of N.
Okay, how do you make it to be? Don't bother. There is no need of doing that. It's the same structure.
Okay.
In fact, do you know that the one I copied is wrong? Because it should show N to H bond, but there is no N to H bond. You just show NH, but we know that there's a bond there.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with this NH too. So they're all the same thing. Don't bother yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
I prefer using ChemDraw. I prefer using ChemDraw. Preferably for me. But why I didn't give you access to ChemDraw is that you may find it difficult to get free ChemDraw because some of this ChemDraw comes with license. But ChemSketch is free. The recent ChemSketch is free, but recent ChemDraw you must get a license. So,
Yes,
but
it's usually came with license.
yes. So
there's no free ChemDraw.
But in no free ChemDraw. But in the March training, I will give you access with the license and the activation code for it. So we use ChemDraw in the March training. Thank you for that.
Hello, sir. Pardon me, sir, for taking you back. I could take benzene to the screen. I could take the 5 what do you call it? 5 ring structure, but I didn't know how you add your own together. It's looking like a purine now. I don't know how you did it. I'm so confused.
Okay, for us to save time,
I cannot find where the double bond is in the chem sketch.
Oh, okay. For us to save time, can you get access to the video, to the recording?
Okay.
Yes.
I can.
All right. So I will appreciate you. You can make the payment for it, the 2,000. So we'll give you access to it at the end of the training, so you can practice at your free time. Thank you. So that we can meet up to what we have to. All right. Now, the next thing I will do now is I'm going to identify
those.
I'm going to identify those positions where I want to include those pharmacophoric properties. I'm going to indicate those positions here. Okay, God will help us. Anyhow, we stop. We'll continue tomorrow. So the 2 hours tomorrow will be purely no more explanation. Purely designing. So I will pick up my alkyl. I will come to this arrow, that same left panel. This same left panel towards the end, you will see R, radical label. I will pick this radical label and indicate the positions where I want to put my radicals, my pharmacophoric features. So once you click, there is a drop down white arrow there. Once you click on that drop down white arrow, there are many features, R1, R2, R3. So I can take this first R1, come to this place. Okay, no, I won't like this. Let me do something first. Let me put my carbons here. Let's say in all these positions, I want to add something in all these positions. So in all these,
sorry, are you just clicking it?
Yes, I just click.
Okay.
What I'm doing is I want to identify where
my own is still showing amino group.
Yes, pick carbon.
Okay, carbon. Okay.
Once you pick carbon, so at this point, I want to add something here. At this point, I also want to add something. I want to add something here, and I want to add another molecule here. So I have four points where I want to interrupt. So what I will do is, for me to differentiate what I will add in those points, I will use my alkyl. So I will use my radical label to label them 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm seeing nitrogen when I'm trying to add carbon.
Click on carbon.
How do I delete it? Okay, if I click on carbon, okay.
Then go back to that place nitrogen. Click on that nitrogen. It will change to carbon.
Okay. No, everything goes off.
Yes. Or you can use your delete. There's erase.
Okay.
There's
it
erase
has been is erased now. So how do I now add CH3?
Okay, click carbon and add that. Click on that same place. Click on carbon.
Okay.
Then click on the place you clicked before for that nitrogen. CH3 will appear.
I first seen CH. Okay, I've seen it. I've done it now.
Thank you so much. So in all these CH3, I want to use radical labels to replace them so that I will change the radicals. So just follow me. I'll be explaining. Come to this radical label where we explained before. This radical label. You click on that white. There is a white white arrow there. So once you click on it, it will open up the different kinds of radicals. So pick the first one, arrow 1. Click here. Return to arrow 1. Pick the second one, arrow 2. Click here, arrow 2. Pick the third one, arrow 3. Click here, arrow 3. Also pick arrow 4. Then click here, arrow 4. All right. So what I did now is I want to put R. This R can be anything at all. It can be anything. The R can be anything. So I want to alter the R. So what I will do now is, what do I want to add in the R? So you create a column. I want to achieve up to 50. I want to achieve up to 50 of these analogs. Wherever we stop, we'll continue tomorrow. I want to achieve 50 of these analogs. So what we'll do is, this my arrow one might represent OH or COH. My R2 might represent amine or pyridine group. My R3 might represent another group. R4 will also represent another group also. So I'm using 4 for now, so that I will have one will be for my hydrogen bond donor, another will be for my hydrogen bond acceptor, the other will be for my aromatic, my alkyl, and then the hydrophobic donors. So I'm bringing these 4 features to this place. So let me now identify what will be my R1 and what will be my R2. So let's say I want to have how many sets? I want to have set A, R1. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, how did you introduce that box?
Okay, you click on test. Just before you get to that alkyl, that radical, there is T, capital T. Capital T. Can you see test?
Okay.
So click on it. So what I want to do is I want to use this test to build what should be my R1, R2, and my R3. That is what I want to do. I want to build what should go for my R1, what should go to my R2, what should be for my R3. So I will build model A. Let me do model A. My R1 will be equal to OH. My R2 will be equal to, let me say, NH2. My R3 should be equal to this time around CH3 and alkyl. Then my R4 should represent, let me use a carbonyl, that is CO, C, double bond O. All right. So I'm just giving you for training purpose. So let me increase it. So this is for my A. For B, so you can also create another one. So you must have this template first. You must establish this template. This template must be there. You must have the template before you begin to alter the structure. So I can say for R2, I can repeat everything here. I can repeat everything here. Okay, I can repeat everything and alter one of them. Well, tomorrow we'll do more on that. Let's say R2, here is COOH. Yeah, R2 might be, let me put amine, C, NH2, C, double bond, C double bond, let me put an amide, C double bond, NH, let me put an amide, okay, amide is C, O, double bond C, then single bond NH2. So I will include an amide there. I will include an amide. I'll come to that. Then R3, let's take my R3 to be, I will not build much. I will not build these two. But by tomorrow, we'll start from here, we'll stop. So R3, let me change my R3 to become C2H5. C2H5. Then let me make my R4 to be this time let me use a phenyl. Let me use a benzene. That is a C2H5. A phenyl. So
C6H5.
C6H5, sorry. C6H5. So you can build a template for yourself as much as you can. Just like we know, even if you are paying for certificates, I will encourage us. We usually have a mini project. So in your mini project, you are going to build 100 molecules. You build 100 molecules. I hope that is not too much, right? It's not too much. I will show you tomorrow how you can build multiple molecules. So what do we do now? We have identified where should be R1, R2, R3, and what we are replacing. Your job is just to copy and paste, then replace.
So the
other one,
it's like we have only 1 more minute. So it's like we have only 1 more minute left.
Yes. Okay. Let's just build this A and B, and we'll end for today. Let's just build the A and B. Let's just build the A and B. All right. So in building the A, I just copied it and paste. So I will replace my R1 with what? OH, right? So I will pick my O. Once you pick O, come to R1 and put your OH. Your R2, I'm replacing with NH2. Pick your N and click on that R2. It will appear NH2. Then your R3, I'm replacing it with a CH3. Pick your carbon and replace here CH3. Then your R4 with carbonyl, that is CO. So what you will do is still pick up your carbon, replace it, but now we need a C double bond O. We need C double bond O. So what you do there is what you do there to achieve that C double bond O is.
Sorry, I have a question. How do I move this molecule to the other side and do copy and paste? My own is not moving.
You have done copy and paste. Once you copy,
yeah, how do I move it to the left side? The structure.
Have you copied?
Okay, so click on it and do copy.
Yes, and do copy. Then
okay,
paste.
Copy. Okay, paste.
Then paste.
It's not when I click on paste, it's giving me something on the right side. Default, in place, in special, instructor. So which one?
Oh, see what you did, eh?
Okay.
See what you do first, eh? You click on this select.
Okay.
This select or move. Once you click on select, then click on that molecule. Press Ctrl C. It has copied. Then press Ctrl V. Ctrl V. Now you see your cursor carrying the molecule. You see your cursor. Then click anywhere you want it to appear. It will paste.
Okay, yeah. So how do I move it from one point to another?
Okay, still select it also. Select it and drag. Select it and drag.
It's drawing line.
No. Look at mine. I'm dragging mine.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay. click on select and click on the structure. It will be selected. Then hold your left mouse. Hold your left mouse. Your left mouse and begin to drag. So you can play with it anyhow. All right. So let's add our R4. R4 is C-double-O. What I will do is to add I'll add, okay, I will do this, or better, I'll just click here on carbon, then click on this double bond and pick up your O. So that is my C double bond O. So I just did this for this first compound. For the first compound. Then the second compound, I copy this and paste. So we shall do this up to 50 by tomorrow. So what we'll do now, the first one is COOH.
Sorry, how did you pick OH?
You click on
oxygen.
Click on oxygen and replace, then click on that arrow one, OH will appear.
Okay.
Time is over. Just let me be fast and round up. So you get the video to assist you, or by tomorrow we are going to also continue from tomorrow. So this is my COOH. Better I can do like this. My COH. So I pick my oxygen, I place it here. Then I pick my hydrogen, I replace it. So this is my COH for iron. R2 is a carbonyl. So this the same thing, but with an amino group. So I do like this.
Check, sir. That's not COOH.
Sorry, the COOH is not yet completed.
That's not COOH.
Yes. Thank you. So I do this and I replace my amide. So I've just created my amide for R2. So my amide for R2. Then R3 is a T, C2H5. So I can pick up my carbon and click here and click again. So that is my ethyl C2H5 for R3. Then my alpha benzene. So I can pick up this benzene and replace it here. Or better, I will keep it here. All right. So I can equally make it very well by okay. Let me make it look nice. Let me make the benzene to look nice. I will rotate the benzene. Let me rotate the benzene so that this end will point perfectly. This end. So when we come back tomorrow, I will take your questions first and begin with your questions. So
sorry. Okay, all right. You said we cannot ask questions now.
Okay. So I just built my compound A and compound B. But you can go ahead now if you have a question. Let me see.
Yes, sir. Thank you for
how did you extend all these the oxygen with double bond.
Okay.
It's like you break the chain.
Okay. Can we look at it from tomorrow? We shall start afresh from this modeling.
Okay. All right.
Tomorrow. Yes.
Sir, is this ethyl? Is it complete structure?
I didn't get you.
The ethyl, is it complete structure?
The what?
The R3.
Okay, R3. No,
yeah.
R3. The R3 for my A or for my B?
For your B.
For my B.
Yeah.
It's complete now.
Yes, it's complete. C2H5. This is C2. Can you see CH2? C2, CH2.
Yes.
So this is CH2. This is CH3. That is C2H5.
Okay, can you make it to appear?
To appear like C2H5.
I mean to appear like H3C.
Like to appear like C2H5?
No, like H3C, like methyl.
Okay. H3C. There is H3C here already.
Yes. What I mean, can we make a CH? Yeah, this CH2 to remain like that.
Okay, this CH2 to show, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's possible. You just have to change the format you are using. Let me show you. Let me come to option. Is that in tools where I will change my format? Just for you to change the format you are using, the style. Is this setup style? I'm coming. There is a place where you change your
it's under option. Then set structure, drawing style.
Okay, fine, good, yes. So you can try. Let me try use ACS style. Okay. But another way you can do that, instead of you changing style, well, I know if you change style, it will show. See what you will do? You come to that point. You double click on it. You double click. Oh, sorry. I know I only do that by changing style, but I don't want to go to changing all the styles, looking for the style that will give us that CH3. Okay, so when you double click, you will see this property. This property will show. You go to common. In common, you click on terminal and apply. You're supposed to come up. It's supposed to come up. I don't know what is wrong with that. Let me go again.
Sorry, you are saying here is in common, no.
I need to figure that out. But it's not necessary because it's the same thing. It's just the format of the drawing. But just for me to answer that question, I just need to, it's common. Then you apply. It's supposed to show. I click on terminal. There should be terminal. It's supposed to have effect. But what I will do is that tomorrow I will get the style that will give you what you want. So I would get the style that will give you that option you really want. Let me see. Let me see if this style we work. Well, by tomorrow I will get back to you, but it does not affect what you are doing. It does not affect what you are doing. Okay. I will look into that. But if it's in ChemDraw, we can easily achieve that in ChemDraw. All right, thank you.
How did
Yes,
you rotate
can we assign configuration?
the benzene ring, the rotation?
Can you do what?
Can we assign configurations?
Like
the enantiomers to the drug molecules?
yes, of
Cis and-
course.
Okay.
Yes. It has a stereochemistry symbols. Like look at these stereo bonds. So you can use your stereo bonds to show your stereoisomers.
Okay, sir. So from there we can have multiple molecules.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, this molecule. How did you extend the molecule? As in, how did you create the double bond? You know,
Okay,
if you look at compound at the right side, okay, on top of the parent benzene ring. So you see, you draw it up to the right. You see OH, to the left you see oxygen with double bond. So how do we do that?
Okay, what you don't do is to that place that has single bond, pick up your draw number and click on that single bond to become double.
Okay.
So once you take draw number and click on a single bond, it will become double. Then if you click again, it will become triple. All right. We really appreciate.
Please, how do you rotate your benzene structure, please?
Don't worry. Our time is.
What of the rotation of the benzene ring? I didn't get it right.
Our time is a bit off. Okay. To rotate, just click on the molecule like benzene now. Then there is rotation. Besides select, there is rotate. There is rotate besides select. Under the structure, look at my cursor. Just after the select, there is rotate. So you click on that rotate and click on the benzene. Then once you click on the benzene now, you move your cursor towards this carbon terminus in the benzene. It will show this rotating. Let me zoom it. Let me do it again. I'll be ending with this. A lot of person is coming. Pick the benzene, drop the benzene, then pick up your rotate 2 and click on that benzene. So now move this cursor towards any of this carbon chain. Any of this
we can see
carbon
it. Okay, I can see it now. So.
Yes. Any of this carbon terminal. Once you move it to any of the carbon terminal, it will show this arrow sign. Hold your left mouse and then rotate to anyhow you want to rotate it. Rotate it to your choice. Rotate to your choice. So that's just it. You can rotate.
Please come again now. Please
Don't
come
worry, you will get
again.
the video. Our time is off. The video will be available to you. The video will be available to you. We really want to because most persons here we have to go back and some of us have been having stressful day. So we continue tomorrow in designing our molecules. If you have any more questions, you can drop it in our platform. So I will be available to attend to the ones I can attend. So if you are yet to make the payment of 2,000, you can kindly do that tonight and tomorrow. When the idea of making a commitment fee for a certificate came up, my team asked a question because in HENDEB, you must earn our certificates. In fact, they know already. Some persons who are here know that you must earn our certificates. Like, we don't just give out our certificate to everybody who attended our training. We have a benchmark that for you to earn our certificate, you must show us what you have done You must do something from what we teach you, from what you were taught. You must do something. So that when you have a certificate bearing handed and you did so training, we are sure that at least you know what you did in that training. So you not just attended the training, but you participated, not in attending the session, but you did a mini project. So to that note, we are giving out two kinds of certificates: certificate of participation and certificate of completion. So certificate of completion will go to those who completed their mini projects. Of course, all of us know what those two certificates means: certificate of participation and that of completion. So don't quote me wrong. If you just participated in this training, you'll be earned a certificate of participation. But when you do something at the end of this training, because we do have a mini project, you did the mini project and defended the mini project, that means you completed the training. Hope I'm clear. You're getting me clear, right? So we still encourage you. We encourage you to do your mini project. It's very important. We have seen a case whereby we have 100 participants, but in mini project only 20 or 15. I don't know if you are doing yourself or if you are trying to wicked us. I don't know, because the essence why we brought that ideology is to see that our people are doing something. And we have created a platform that we are going to publish all our mini projects. Somebody has already completed his manuscript and is under review by our reviewers before we can publish, before we can send to the journal. So we review by ourselves first before we send to the journals. So it's a way of encouraging those of us who are in the academic system. Since all of you need paper, there's no problem. We'll help you get papers. So we encourage you to see what you can do from here. We'll learn how to save them tomorrow. Somebody's asking, how do we save? You can just, for you not to wipe, okay, for you not to mistakenly leave everything, just save your normal saving by click on file and click on save or save as. So you can click on file or click on save as. So once you click on save as, just give it any name first. Let me say day one parties. So day one parties. I'm saving my document. So click on save. But tomorrow we will explain to you other 5 formats. The main 5 formats. There are 5 formats we use in saving. We have some 5 formats we use for saving. Once more, thank you for being around, for staying more than 2. This is 10:20. We have consumed 2 hours, 20 minutes. Thank you very much. God bless you as we retire back to our bed. We are grateful that you are around. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are so grateful, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my very good friend. I won't mention his name.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.